Hey, it's your girl Celestial Fortune here with Pokerface from the Sump Lords, and we are on the Let's Get Rich show. I'll be your host, and we are going to dive into all things hip hop today. Okay, so Pokerface, I actually know him as a friend from my brother. They were in a group together, the Sweeps, and we have a long history of rapping in the Bay Area, local rapping that we need to get into. So, Pokerface, Gerard Harris, Hard Rard, he's a Bay Area native, and he was born and raised in Oakland, and he's been in 3 groups that I know of, right?
Pretty much, yep.
Yeah, so the first group, Sun Moosek. I know we have some Sun Moosek fans out there. He was in that group with his partner, I Rock the Rigger, Kari. And they met at Oakland Technical High School. So, George, tell me a little bit about your history and what influenced you to start rapping.
Well, I mean, my history is, like you said, I was born and raised in Oakland. Elementary school is probably around the time where I first started hearing rapping.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what really got me into it. I think the thing that influenced me was my mom took me on a trip to Africa when I was about 9.
Okay.
And she bought me my first hip hop tape cassette. If the youngsters don't know what that is, it's a square. Anyway, she brought me LL Cool J, Bad. That was the first hip hop album I ever got.
Oh wow, okay.
And I heard that, and I was blown away. And I was like, I want to do that too. So right when I got back from Africa, I started writing raps to Too Short beats.
Mm-hmm.
And it just kind of went on from there. I just kept doing it.
Okay. So what age were you when you went to Africa?
I was about 9.
9?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's early. I think my first rap tape I got was Digital Underground in the 9th grade. I was a little late. I was a late bloomer. Their first one, I guess.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that introduced me to Tupac, my favorite rapper. Who is your favorite rapper?
My favorite rapper is a rapper from West Oakland. His name is Saafir, Saafir.
Yeah.
He when I first heard him, he opened my mind up to the stuff you could do with lyrics.
Mm-hmm.
And you know how you could say stuff that was really common sense, but you could say it in a way that made people have to think about it.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of thing. So he was my favorite. He's always been my favorite.
Oh, cool. So he's more of a conscious rapper, would you say?
Somewhat. You know, early on, I think he was more conscious, but as time went on, he was just flowing.
Yeah.
So.
One thing a couple of the groups I remember from Oakland are 3 Times Crazy, the Loonies, and what's that other group?
415.
No, okay, I don't remember, but those were my influences, and I really, okay, if you guys don't know, I'm a rapper too. My name is Celestial Fortune, and I used to love the hip hop in the 80s. Did you like the Loonies?
Yeah, I mean, when the Loonies came out, I was on the East Coast. I was living with my dad at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And so being on the East Coast, I was surrounded by, like, out there, everybody was listening to East Coast stuff, and they wasn't giving no props to the West Coast.
Oh, wow.
And so I felt like it was my personal mission to represent everything West Coast all through that little Connecticut town.
Oh,
and so I was Loonies, Far Side, Souls of Mischief, like Dale the Funky Homo Sapien, like everything West Coast that I could be playing that anybody else could hear within the earshot. That's what I was doing.
Cool. Okay, so let's see. I have. Oh yeah. Would you say that the Loonies and 3 Times Crazy and all those rappers you just named, would you say, except for the Far Side,
Okay.
But would you say they were gangster rap, or would you say they were conscious rappers, or a mixture?
Nah. If you want to say like Loonies and 3 Times Crazy type groups, I would say that they were just hood rap, hood hip hop.
Okay.
You know what I mean? It's like when you say rap, I think about people like Too Short, right? He's a rapper, right?
Okay.
But when you say like hip hop lyricist, I think about, people like E40. He's a hip hop lyricist,
Oh, really?
right?
Okay.
But he just does rap music. It just depends on how you want to classify it. But I'm 40 something, so I've been listening to it since I was a child. So I got my own, classifications in where I put stuff. I wouldn't call them gangster rap though.
Yeah.
It was just hood rap.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Okay. Yeah. I would change that too, not gangster rap, but would you say that conscious rap is different than hood rap?
Oh yeah, big time.
Okay.
Conscious rap is what it is. It's talking about the issues, you know what I mean? Like, oppression, things like that. Whereas hood rap and gangster rap was like hood reporting, you know what I mean? It was just saying what was going on, whether or not you was having a party or you was having a shootout. You was just talking about it.
So you would say that both of those genres of rap or hip hop, those are relevant to the hip hop culture, right?
Big time.
Okay, so when I was younger, my dad, back in '99, my dad told me that hip hop was going to be the umbrella word for all kind of rap. And I didn't know if I believed him at the time or not, but I didn't want it to be like that. I was like, no, hip hop, should be hip hop, conscious rap, and then everything else, all that gangster stuff and being hard and stuff should be hood rap or a different kind of rap, or call something different. But do you like the fact that they merged that all into hip hop, or would you say that it should be separate again? And one more question to throw in there: would you say conscious rap needs to come back, be more relevant?
I definitely, I never think it went anywhere. It's just that, when we were coming up in the 80s, in the 90s, right? Hip hop was a vehicle to show how intelligent you were. And then it kind of switched over after 95 when the shopping music came out, you know what I mean? With Biggie and Puffy and them, where they was talking about all their brands and stuff.
Yeah.
And then hip hop kind of switched over into a vehicle to show how ignorant you could be. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then that was supposed to be cool. So, I wish conscious rap was more prevalent now, but it just got priced out. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. But I would say what would you define yourself as? You're more like a conscious rapper, right?
If I was using my own classification, we did what I would call hardcore hip hop.
Okay.
Hardcore underground hip hop. You know what I mean? It wasn't meant to be played on the radio. If it did get played on the radio, then that was cool. Like, if you liked it, we was like, man, that's cool. Everybody's listening to it, but it wasn't meant for that at all.
Okay, real quickly, will you tell the viewers what venues did you guys
where we rocked at?
Yeah.
We did
some of the venues.
We did shows on this campus. We did shows like somewhere out in the yard somewhere. It was like a windy, I remember. And you couldn't barely hear the speakers because the wind was blowing the sound.
Do you know what year that was?
God. 2002. 2001, 2002 probably.
Yeah.
Something like that. We did shows.
At Slim's?
We did shows at Slim's. We did shows at Blake's in Berkeley. We did shows at Storyville, Great American Music Hall. It's someplace, I forgot what it's called, man. The Maritime?
Yes.
The Wartime? I don't know. Somewhere in San Francisco. It was awesome.
Great. So, where can viewers look for your music?
You can go on YouTube, I guess.
And just Google Slump Lords,
or? Just look it up. I don't know. I still got CDs at the house for $7.29 if you all want.
Yes. And what did you say the other day? You said you're still on the same rap label, Straight. You can look that up too.
Yeah, I was saying I don't even know if we ever, you know, after we just kind of fizzled out, nobody said nothing. So I don't know. I might still be on the label if you're looking for an album.
And just before we go, what do you hope for the future? What are you looking for to get into in the future?
Me personally?
Yeah.
I mean, I really want to do screenwriting.
Okay.
I really kind of got into wanting to tell stories over, you know, past couple of years, and so I've always had like a few stories in me that I wanted to tell. So I took, you know, I just want to write script.
Great.
And see how that works out. That's about it.
Can you share one of your ideas with us?
I mean, I had one idea, and it's funny because this movie, The Harder They Fall, just came out, which is a black western.
Yeah.
And my idea was kind of like, it was set in the Old West, and it was about this cat who goes around kind of helping people exercise ghosts, you know what I mean? But there would be like kind of there's a deeper backstory to it. I couldn't get into it all now. It's my crazy idea.
Okay.
But that's where I'm at though.
Well, thank you for being with us today
Thank you guys for having me.
joining us on the Let's Get Rich show. Goodbye, ladies, peeps, and gentlemen.